Hello, Nick Jones here. Welcome along to another episode in the ab series. We're going to work the upper and lower abs, slowly make our way around to the obliques. All you're going to need for this is your body weight and a mat. I use this as my warm-up. I don't recommend that for everyone. If you want a full warm-up, there's one elsewhere on my channel. Apart from that, if you are enjoying and liking this content, please like, subscribe below, comment, share, whatever you can. Any support at all really supports the channel and I hugely appreciate it. Apart from that, let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start with crunches. Hands gently supporting the head, chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling, legs in the air, and just lift your shoulder blades on and off the floor. Nice big pause, nice big squeeze. Imagine there's a piece of string between your sternum and pelvis and you're just trying to shorten that distance. Again, we shouldn't be pulling on the head. It should just be trying to get the shoulder blades on and off the floor. Nice big pause, big squeeze at the top. Notice when I hit the top of the movement, there's a moment where I'm not moving. That's where I'm pausing, squeezing my abs.
10 seconds.
Okay, rest there. Next up is going to be leg raises. So back of the hands to the outside of the bum, arms nice and straight. Make sure the arms are dead straight, soft bend in the legs, and then knees to chest, just like I'm doing. Go when you're ready. That's it, little roll up of the hips, an inch or two off the ground at the top. If you notice, the bend in my leg stays the same throughout the range of motion. I'm not bending more at the bottom than straightening my legs up at the top. I'm trying to get those knees moving in and out. And those arms dead straight, supporting the back. Make sure if you're feeling it at all in your back and your elbows aren't underneath you, that might be why you're feeling it in your back. I tend to teach this way because it seems to be best with everyone's backs. But if your back and your core is particularly strong, you can have your arms out to the side to make it extra hard work on your core. But if you feel that at all in your back, go back to this supported option. 2, 1, rest there. Next up, we're gonna go ab bicycles. Opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then switch them over. Make sure you hit the top of your crunch first, then bicycle. So notice my chin is away from my chest, but my shoulder blades are up in the air. This is the easier option if you want, where your feet touch the ground each time. If not, bicycle like this. Also do the previous option if you're feeling it in your back at all. But that's it. So chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling above you. Hit the top of your crunch first, then bicycle the arms and legs. Opposite elbow to opposite knee, twist and move. If you want to make it harder, kick your legs out further. If you want to make it nicer on your back, don't kick out quite as far. And if you're feeling it at the top of your thighs, kick up a bit higher towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, rest there. Next up, we're going to go Russian twist. So twisting move number 2. So where you're going to have your legs on the floor, hook your heels into the mat, lean back till you feel your abs engage. Cross your arms like me, and then twist very slowly. One constant movement. Option legs in the air if you want to make it harder. For me, I was just feeling it a little bit in my back when I was doing that, so I'm just sticking with the twisting move. And that's it. Make sure we're rotating your shoulders, not just moving your arms. So you're trying to rotate your shoulders relative to your hips. That's how we're getting a stretch and a movement in those obliques. So basically the first 2 moves are kind of straight up and down abs. The middle 2 moves are going to be for a bit of both, so we're working all of it, the obliques and the middle abs. And then the final move is just going to be for the outside of the abs, the obliques. Rest there, here we go then. Onto your side, doesn't matter which side you start with. Arm out at a 90-degree angle to away from the body. To stabilize, stretch everything out nice and long, and then come on up and bring your body and legs towards each other. Try and get as much of your body up into the air as you can. You can keep your legs straight on this one to make it harder, or you can bend your legs right in and bring your knees round towards your chest in order to make it a bit easier. Again, get that nice big pause squeeze at the top. If you notice, there's a moment where I'm not moving at the top of the movement. That's where I'm getting that pause, that squeeze, and firing up those obliques.
10 seconds.
2, 1, rest. Switch the sides. I quickly jump up just to make sure the camera was still filming, but you're going to do exactly the same move, just literally roll onto your other side and do the same thing. When you're ready, let's go. Again, remember, keep the legs nice and straight if you want to make it harder, but bend the knees round towards the chest if you want to make it a bit easier. Don't forget that big pause, big squeeze. Stretch everything out nice and long, then crunch, pause, squeeze at the top. Try and get as much of your body up into the air as you can. Do you notice I'm getting all of my upper body into the air, and then just my hip is touching the ground as I'm getting all the legs in the air as well. If you're doing the bent leg option, some people have a tendency to just move your heels in and out towards your bum. That's kind of not what we want to do. We want to get those knees moving as far in towards the chest and then as far out away from the chest. And then just pause, squeeze the top position. Rest there. Back to the start. We go back to the crunches. 6 moves down, 6 to go. Legs in the air, chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling. Big pause, big squeeze at the top. Crunches. Just get your shoulder blades on and off the floor. You should really feel this second time through. If you're not, you need to consider your mind-muscle connection. Are you just trying to survive each round and look good? Or are you trying to work your abs? Every single rep I am concentrating so hard on contracting my abs, getting as much squeeze as I can. Almost my goal is to try and get my abs to cramp. If you're feeling this a bit in your top of your legs, you can drop your feet onto the floor at this point in time. But just make sure the shoulder blades are coming on and off the floor. Big pause, big squeeze at the top. Rest there. Back to the leg raises. Back of the hands to the outside of the bum. Arms nice and straight, dead straight the whole way along to support the back. Soft bend in the legs, knees to chest. And remember that bend at the legs, I want it to stay the same throughout the whole range of motion. Make sure those heels gently touch the ground. Again, if you're feeling it in your back though, maybe don't go quite as low. Just go as low as you feel you can. However, do you see the bend in my legs is not changing? I'm not bending more at the bottom and then straightening at the top and doing some kind of kicking motion. That's going to work the thighs. We don't want to do that. We want to just shorten that distance between the sternum and pelvis, this time from the bottom up.
10 seconds.
And rest there. Next up, the ab bicycles. Here's the tough one. Hit the top of your crunch first, then bicycle the arms and legs. Opposite elbow to opposite knee, then switch them over. I took all 10 seconds there on the rest, as this is the hard one. I'm able to get a really good mind-muscle connection to my abs from 15 years of training. And I know how hard I can make this one, so I felt like I needed those 10 seconds break. If not though, just plow straight into them. And here we go. Again, if you're feeling it too much in the top of your thighs, don't kick your legs out quite as far. Or if you're feeling it in your back, don't kick your legs out quite as far. And just get twisting and moving. Get those shoulders rotating, get that elbow up towards those knees. A chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling above you, and just burn those abs up. Again, you're trying to get them to cramp. Rest there. Excellent, a good bit of cramp at the end there. Here we go, Russian twist next. Hook your heels into the mat to try and take the focus off the top of your legs. Lean back to your abs engage, arms crossed, slow twists. And again, focus on those abs working. It's not about just lasting the time looking good and how easily you can do each round or trying to beat me. It's about how much you can get those abs to activate. The more you get them to activate, the better you'll train them, and the less exercises you have to do in order to make them ache.
Seconds.
Okay, finish there, onto the side. Let's finish off the obliques. One arm out to stabilise at 90-degree angle to the body. Doesn't matter which side you do first because we're going to do both of them. Stretch right out, big pause, big squeeze, crunch at the top. Again, to make it harder, keep the legs straighter. To make it easier, bend the legs round towards the chest. And again, you don't want just your heels going in and out towards your bum. You want your knees going in and out towards your chest if you're doing that second option. And so apart from that, you know what you're doing now, and just let's see it through to the finish.
Seconds. Rest.
Okay, rest there. Over to the other side then. Let's finish it off. Final move. Arm out to stabilise, 90-degree angle. Stretch right out. Big pause, big squeeze at the top. Have as little of your body touching the ground as you can at the top. If you're feeling it in your neck at all, look at your grounded hand. And as always, if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe below, like the video, share the video, comment, whatever interaction you'd like to do. It hugely helps me out, helps me grow the channel, and yeah, all your support will be massively appreciated. Approaching the finish now. If you don't feel like that was enough for you, feel free to go and hit up one of my other videos if you like, or I do have the advanced sessions where they're nearer to 20 minutes long or beyond. 2, 1, rest there. Let's have a bit of a stretch onto your back. Let's go for the pencil stretch to start with. I like this one. Arms and legs nice and together. Stretch yourself out nice and long. Suck in the tummy and have a nice big stretch of your abs. You will feel your back arch a little bit. That's absolutely fine as long as you're not getting any pain in it. If you then sort of breathe out and need a bit of a break, bring your feet in, give your lower back a bit of a rest. If not, let's stretch the lower back now. Just get the lower back moving, so just a little bit of side to side, which can be really good. It's a good exercise to do first thing in the morning if you suffer with a sore back. Then just let the legs flop all the way over to one side, little bit of pressure down on them, and then relax the opposite shoulder back. Nice big stretch. Let's stretch the outside of the hip going into the lower back. Again, 99% of people who come into my gym with bad back issues, this stretch is really, really good for them. So yeah, try it out, see how it feels. And then slowly out, as it's quite a deep stretch, over to the other side, and we'll call it a day there.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Okay, slowly out, we'll call it a day there. And again, yeah, to support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. Hope you enjoyed this episode. There's lots of other ones where that came from, and hopefully see you in the next video.